What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as Ridemyavatar, and today we have EX Collection Machinedramon versus Diaboromon EX Collection. Let's see these two titans clash it out. Let's see who's got the better deck, and let's dive right into the video. So we got game 1 of 3 for Machinedramon versus Diaboromon, both EX-01 decks that are very powerful, really strong decks. I'm excited to showcase this off. Let's see what my opening hand is like. Not too bad. I got some of the very powerful one-cost options that let me draw. I flip up a Diaboromon, Digivolve it into Gutsumon, drawing me another Ultimate Connection. So, and then we have Chichurimon, and then we have Iron Fist Onslaught. I'm going to just hard play the Chichurimon to hopefully get in some extra pings. We definitely have some decent blockage. He flips up the Tsurimon that lets him gain an extra 1,000 for Diaboromon. He slams down War Mumsymon. This might give me a break. Ooh, we just hit a awesome snag here. So Machinedramon is a great option. We're going to promote up the Gutsumon. We're going to use Ultimate Connection. It's going to cost us 1 to play, but we discarded Ultimate to draw us 1 card and gain us 2 memory. So this allows us to get back and go right to 3. We ended up getting a not a bad analog boy, so we're going to use that afterwards. So it's gain 2 memory, so technically it goes to 3. That's how Ultimate Connection works. My opponent doesn't realize that it's go to 3. It's not just back to 1, so we gain 1 physical memory. Yeah, it takes a little bit. Most opponents don't understand Ultimate Connection right off the bat, so I kind of get it. So it's going to bring me to 3. So that's what we had to debate about. No big deal. So what I'm going to do is hopefully get some decent damage in. Well, hopefully is what I'm saying. It takes a minute to resolve this effect because we had to go like explaining that Ultimate Connection is a game 2. So I'm going to slam down this analog boy. So this is going to really make some good, decent headway here. We're going to reveal the top 1, 2, 3. I think we're just going to go grab that Machinedramon to hand, which is really nice. At least if our level 5s die, we're going to gain a hatch and a memory. The rest get milled out. So now we have 2 ultimates in the graveyard. Well, trash bin. So, and an analog youth. So this is huge for us, kind of. I'm like debating on swinging into the security. I had to double check that it was level 5, but now we're going to swing in. Hopefully it dies. Toy Agumon appears. Chichurimon dies out. I'm like, wouldn't be bad just to give him that 1 memory to play with, or I can just blow up his Digimon right out of here. So I'm debating on just removing that ultimate, or I just pass. I think passing was the best option. So let's see what he's going to do. He's going to Digivolve into that Diaboromon that lets him gain an extra security check every swing he does for every Diaboromon token out or Diaboromon. We have Machinedramon die, and then we have a Chumon die. Sadly, that's not enough to help us keep us in the game. We have a 3 Digimon, though, in the trash. He slams down none other than a Cursorimon, the one that lets him gain memory for every clone. So I'm like debating here. I don't have much resources here, so I'm gonna have to dig a little deeper. So we're gonna go analog youth. We're gonna go reveal top 3. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, I think I'm gonna grab the Mechanori because the tokens are not as much of a threat. When you have Machinedramon out, it kind of prevents them from getting in that lethal swing that they want so much. I'm checking the drop. Got 1, 2, 3, 4. Got 4 sitting here. I could definitely go into Machinedramon 4/4. I wish I had a little bit more going on here with my hand, but I'm like double checking how many red level 5 Digimon it needs to be, up to 5, so I could definitely give him a good chunk of memory here. So I'm debating, I get a blocker, another blocker skill, and then I get extra security check and reboot. So that wouldn't be terrible to have a decent sized stack. And if I were to lose my ultimate, it wouldn't be that bad. So I have to worry about him climbing back up. So I'm deciding to memory choke him to give him the 1. Or so if he tries to digivolve up, I'm going to at least have another turn to buy myself with. He swings in and I allow it so that we have Izzy Joe pop and then we get a Machinedramon. It's not going to kill anything. So he decides to swing, I'll block, and I'll just keep a big wall up front. So he's going to go Infirmon here. Go to 2 for me, draw. I'll go to 4 because of Izzy Joe, which is awesome. Draw. Oof. But this lets me dig just a tad bit deeper. Dig 1. We just need a little more cards in my hand to work with. We have 4 targets in hand right now, which could help us in the long game. So that's what I'm trying to think about here, is what is the best way of not dying by that Diaboromon? I need to have at least something. And one major misplay I try to do here is we're going to get this. Grab 1, 2. Can't grab the same one, which I misplayed. I thought it was just 5 targets. But my opponent lets me know that I can't have 2. Whoopsies. My opponent will let me know. I try to stack this, but I'm not allowed to have the Androidmons. Double Androidmon. I had to double check that. This is probably one of my rougher times playing it, but I don't mind having that misconception. So we'll go 4. I was really hoping to get some more out of that deal, but at least with the Machinedramon on board and leaving the blocker at the very bottom, at least I'll have another setup turn. And I forgot to draw because of... Oh, wait, no, it's not draw because he's on play. He didn't digivolve. Yes, I didn't have to draw. So he digivolves that Tesorimon into Karamon and then digivolves into Kasorimon in the back for that extra gain of memory. Then he gets a blocker himself. He's going for that Diaboromon blocker. So now both of these Diaboromons have block on them. This could get really scary pretty quickly if I don't stop this now. He goes for Catastrophe Cannon. Oof. Digivolve and put a Diaboromon token out on the board. Sadly, it doesn't kill off my stuff, but I will go to 5. So if I can dig deep enough, I should be fine. So we're going to promote here. So we have a decent sized board headway. There's a 3K body and a bunch of other stuff that wants to play threatening games. Analog boy won't do anything, but I should be going up because of Izzy Joe. And I did. We're at 5. I'm going to go Ultimate Connection just to try to dig a little deeper. Discard, draw 1. We need to get that Machinedramon back. 1, 2, 6. Then we're going to do it again because that's the fun part of it. We have no worries. We can trash whatever we want and we're going to still just get our pluses. The only downside of this deck, I feel like, is when you don't get everything you need. I'm like, top deck, another one, let's go. Draw, and it's a Gutsu. Gonna go to 9. That's not terrible for a play turn. I just need to get rid of that blocker. It's going to be really tough to get rid of that blocker, in my opinion. It just does not play very nice with you at all. So, and what I don't like is that even Iron Fist Onslaught, it'll only kill the token. So I'm going 6K here. Not bad. 7K, I mean. Not bad. We didn't lose anything out of that. I'm going to 14, 12, and 11. They are very wide on their board state. I'm going to swing in. Hopefully it dies. Jinchurimon dies. Skill of Pagu. Reveal. And it's a black memory boost. It does not go into hand. It goes to bottom of the deck. And sadly, we just don't have anything to go off of this here. We're kind of in a bad spot any way we look at it. We just need to not die. I'm trying to debate how to survive this turn. Either I pop everything on his board, which I'm going to have to. I'm going to go boom, where we get rid of the Diaboromon token. And then we're just going to pass. Because I'm going to need to draw next turn, because I got to dig deep enough for that Machinedramon. So the Kitsurimon came out. This is where the tough part gets. So without his errata, he's not generating enough tokens to swarm me out. So that's the only advantage I have right now. But let's see if we can get something out of this. It's a Metal Greymon. We can at least block out a couple of his attacks here. He won't get lethal. And we just gotta hope for the next comeback turn. We gotta crack back hard. I'm not joking. Like, it's going to be a tough one. He goes into Firmon here, which is the safe play because the Mechanorimon will die then. If he swung in with the Kokorimon, I would have got rid of it with the Mechanori. So he plays his errata. I don't understand why that leaves him up with one blocker. And I can bring lethal to board state, which I don't understand why he would do that. Draw. So I got a tamer here. My biggie boys will stand back up. I don't have any way of gaining some memory out of this, but we have enough to create a blocker situation that might help us survive the turn. Because none of them will have rush, even in the worst case scenario. I'm trying to think, what's the best way of building up a massive beastie here? So we're going to slam down the Machinedramon. This will bring him all the way up to 7. And then we're going to gain... This should bring us back to 0, which is really going to be what we need. We got blocker. Metal Greymon. We got Machinedramon for the extra security check. We got another blocker for skills, because if at least we lose out on this, we'll have a blocker in the ultimate categories, even if he try to digivolve, and then we get our Machinedramon even bigger. And then I'm like checking for anything else, just in case I want to change up that stack, but I think this stack looks pretty clean. So got a big wall here. He's going to go to 3. He flips up the Tsurimon, which will help him out generating more power. But at least I should be able to take care of any Diaboromon swings that come at my way. So let's see what he does here. He's going to draw. He's going to gain a bunch of memory if he goes into a Diaboromon. I get that. He's got this double. Oh, he digivolves the Tsurimon into the Karamon with the extra power if it's for that one Digimon if you share names from EX Collection 01. Not a bad call. I'm hoping to survive this turn or get a comeback next turn. It is really coming down to the wire here. I got enough blockers to stabilize, and depending on how he swings, I'm like, yep, that's going to go bye-bye. And then I'm going to trash 2 sources from this Digimon. Makes him at least survive the turn, because at least he won't die to the battle. And then he's going to swing in with that one. I'm going to block with the Gutsu. Gutsu dies, activating my Joe. I'm going to draw a card, then get an Iron Fist Onslaught. That helps out. We're going to block with the Mechanori to help prevent... I don't know why his thing died, but apparently his thing died. And he goes for the Armageddonmon. Like, I had a double check. I think I had one more blocker on board state. I did. Machinedramon is a blocker. Oh, lucky thought process of just having another blocker on board. And with the death, I moved the memory over too, which is what we wanted, boys and girls, because it was a level 5. We gained the extra 2 memory, And we're ready to go for that follow-up swing, boys. I can get rid of that Armageddon next play. We're going to draw here. Suspend, unsuspend, unsuspend. Draw. We got Gutsu. We're going to promote that Gutsu to just starve out Big Bertha over there. Don't have enough power to get rid of the Armageddon, sadly. So we're just going to have to pop it on the crackback. But the Machinedramon can at least do 2 security checks, if I remember correctly. So I don't want to change the stack around if I don't have to. So we got 1 security check. Blocker. I'm just trying to remember Metal Greymons is a security check. If I remember correctly. So that's 3 security checks, 1 Digimon. Or it might be 2. I think it might have been Pierce. 1. 2. 2 checks. 2 checks. I think he gives Pierce, if I remember correctly. So I go for the blocker play. I should have just got rid of the Armageddon. So he'll go to 2, but at least I have a way of surviving these turns, which is major for us because if I die here, I would have lost. But thank you, unidentified blockers. So we got Gatsu. We got at least 2 blockers, and he's going to go into his Kukorimon, the one that lets him gain a memory. So now he's got a little more beef if he can get another Kukorimon out. But we're pretty set here. I don't feel like we're in a bad spot. We have like Combat King here. We lose our Gatsu. I don't want to lose my Machinedramon. He's too important to me. And I draw a card. Ooh, he goes into for the Infirmon play, which, to be honest with you, he should have just swung for game. Patch. Machinedramon stands back up. I'm like, what is the most optimal play here? Is just swinging for game. Security check. And Gatsumon for game. GG game 1. I think if he didn't make that misplay, we would have been he would have won game 1. But who knows? Let's go into game 2. So let's get into this beautiful game 2, shall we? I'm hoping to actually get something up. He flips up to Sorimon. He'll be going first because he lost game 1. He digivolves into the Toy Agumon. My hand is subpar at best. I really wish for a better hand, but hopefully he gives me a decent amount of memory that I can still play the memory choke game with him. And then he digivolves into EX Collection Kusorimon, drawing me a card. This will allow him to restand his Digimon and make a big nuisance. I flip up Pagumon, and then I slam down Mechanori to help alleviate some of the damage I might receive later. So he's going to draw his card. I could also Digivolve up if I needed to. He plays the Caramon down. That lets him look at the top 5, reveal the top 5 cards of his deck, add an unidentified and an Arata Sonata to his hand. So he grabs the Diaboromon blocker, and he grabs the errata to hand, which really does help out. He bottom decks the rest, which will definitely make him in a better spot. Then I get a rookie. I digivolve the Chichorimon from the Pagu into Chichori. I get a Mechanorimon. I could definitely try to, alleviate some future damage and just prevent some stuff. I get Black Memory Boost, which really helps out. We have 2 Mechanoris ready to go. He's got 2 memory to play with. At least if he starts swinging, I can block some of this overarching threat that might come my way. He digivolves into the Infirmon. I have to get rid of this Infirmon soon, or else it's going to bite me in the rear. I'm going to promote up so I can digivolve next turn. I'm going to use the Black Memory Boost. I'm going to have to see if I can get something out of this top 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And only Digimon out of that was the Chumon, which, if I slam down at the right time, could mean we have a beneficial blocking to that gaining of the Chichorimon that lets him gain a memory. We could shut him off there. He digivolves into the Toshorimon, into Karamon, then digivolves into plays down a Chimeramon Searcher again. He won't swing in as long as I have these. So he's debating. He's going to grab the one that produces a rush. And that's it. Bottom deck's the rest. I get to hatch. I get to have my Gatsumon come in for value. So if I wanted to, I Digivolve my Conchorimon into Chumon, which is not bad at all. I'm going to pop the memory booster. I'm going to play Izzy Joe, giving him one memory to play with. So even if he wanted to, he has to play that errata down. I'm guessing this is going to be a lot slower game than I want it to be. Promotes the Chimeramon up. Digivolves into the Chichorimon. So many names. Errata Sonata is on board now, and I have Chumon up, which is not bad. I'm going to keep that up the whole time. And I'm like debating on what to do here. It's probably best. No, I go right into that beautiful Mechanori just to keep up that wide wall. I'm just not letting him get any advantage here. If he gets rid of one Mechanori, he's got to get rid of them all. So let's see what he can do here. I'm thinking. I'm like, do I lose out on one to dig deeper? Or I just go Gutsu, give him 3, even though that's what he wants. At least I have a big enough wall. He flips up to Suimon, and he's got Kokorimon out on board state. Digivolves into the Chimeramon that lets him gain more power. He's trying to think his way through here. He can make a Diaboromon very easily for 2. That'll bring him to 1. I have enough blockers, so he Digivolves into the new Infurmon. So when your opponent Digivolves into a level 5 or higher Digimon, so I just have to prevent that from going off. Well, luckily my deck doesn't care about that. So he draws. He's thinking about it. He goes into Diaboromon, creating blocker, and rest. Creates a token that will have 5k plus on it. So, and it will have blocker. So I'm going to draw. Kind of at a wall here, which really sucks. I flip up that Digivolve, and then we get Ultimate Connection. Let's see if we can get somewhere with this. Discard. We're going to go from 4. Draw. Get Iron Fist Onslaught. 6. I wish I could have banked more, but I don't have much else here. I'm waiting on just trying to clear out his board state at the moment. So best bet is to just Iron Fist Onslaught here. Give him 3, and at least it pops the token. Like, the only downside is it only pops the token. The token is the highest place. So he promotes the Chimeramon up. He goes to 0, which he should have went to 3 because of his thing. That is his bad, but no matter what, how it goes about, it might have mattered ever so slightly. So Chimeramon, Diaboromon, Diaboromon. This is getting really bad because if I don't get the big boy soon, I'm in trouble. I block. I am not losing out on this much damage. That is 1, 2, 3, 4 checks with 1 swing. I am not dealing with that. I don't think anybody wants to let that go. Is he going to swing with the... Cool, Mechanori blocks! And I forgot about Izzy Joe, because Izzy Joe is a very vital card. There's a reason why I play it. Errata comes in. I'll go to 5. I draw. I promote up my blocker yet again. We're going to go Ultimate Connection. Hopefully this matters. Draw. There we go, boys. We finally got there. Now we just need to make him big Unga Bunga. Enough so that we survive everything he throws at me. Got enough blocking potential here. I just don't know if I have enough lethal potential. So I can minus DP and start trying to slowly ping things off the board state, which will help once I can start swinging with the Machinedramon. But it's like, do I risk it for the biscuits? More than likely. So let's see. I'm gonna go give him 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then we bring him back down to 2. He goes to 4 because of the erratas. He flips up to Sorimon. Sadly, I had one of the exact same card sitting here. Man, I wish I could deal some more damage, but at least we have the Chaos Mons to swing in. He Digivolves into Caramon and then EX booster Kasorimon. This becomes the big scary part because this could mean lethal game wins. But next turn, I'm going to hit big Unga Bunga numbers, and his swings won't matter as much because if I just keep blocking, I can swing in, pierce out the Diaboromon, and force out a few Diaboromon deaths, which is what I'm hoping for. It might suck that I have Chaosmon, but it's fine. I'm just going to block. Got 2 blocks. Skill Apagu. Reveal top. It is Chumon. It comes to hand. Skill of Izzy Joe. Draw a card. We get the Machinedramon. Awesome. So if I lose this Machinedramon, at least I'll have a backup Machinedramon coming in hot. But it's now or never. Does he make the blocker? Block me. The question is, does he go for that 1 attack or hope for the token? The token could die very easily, and that might help me in the long game, which I'm hoping for. I really, really want him to sack it. No, he goes into the Infirmon for the level 5 play. We get another Machinedramon. Let's go. Pagu into Chichorimon. And Chichorimon in my hand. I wish you were my security, please. Show up there so I can just Digivolve the blocker and I would get in lethal. So we're just gonna swing in for the hard cakes. Swing in. Minus 2000 DP there. He blocks. It dies. I forgot he just decided to block with it. I forgot that the blocker was up. So that's always fun, boys and girls, when you just see this massive wall of Diaboromon. So, yeah. I thought he was killing it for it. He's blocking with it. Got it. Yep. Blocker. It dies. That's fine. We're just going to go Chaosmon into face. Because we want to get rid of the one with the extra security checks because that's the scarier one out of the 2. I mean, I could have probably preserved it, but being able to restand itself constantly is really annoying. Chaosmon, go to 3, and we're swinging into that bad boy. Either he sacks his blocker, which he's going to. That dies. Which, fine by me. That's... Remember correctly? Yep. 1 check, which is not bad. Sadly, we lose multiple checks here and the protection spell, but that's fine by me. He's at 5. And I'm at a point where I'm going to die. And I popped that with the minus 2000 DP. So at least he doesn't have another Caramon out there. So at least I only have to worry about this one Diaboromon trying to be a jerkwad. That reboot's going to really bug me because that's what makes it hard to get rid of that thing. If it wasn't for this reboot, I would have this very easily. So let's see what he's going to do here. He's going to go for the Diaboromon play. He's going to make a bunch of tokens now. So that's the restanding one. This makes 1, 2, 3, 3 live tokens. They don't have any extra Oompa power. They do have their 5Ks right now. So at least Mechanores will keep him at bay as long as he doesn't have another one. If I remember correctly, he only has one. I had to double check the Diaboromon on the other side. But let's see what he does here. Swings in with that Diaboromon for Oonga Boonga numbers. That would really kill me if I let that through. I'm sorry, I'm not letting this go. And he slams down Diaboromon blocker to help make it so I can't get rid of this thing. I'm gonna promote up. At this point, I really don't have enough resources for me to keep going at this pace. I got 1, 2 cards. I mean, that would make him pretty much free. It'd be terrible. That blocker Diaboromon coming down hard was what screwed me here. Best bet is to swing in and just keep trying to get lethal state on. What I should have done, and I'll be quite honest with you, is swing with the Chorimon and hope for the best here. And I need to start using Izzy Joe when I have it. It's one of those cards you forget because there's not many times on your opponent's turn you use it. So we're going to swing minus 2,000 DP there. At least he's gone. We got. So as long as we don't. And it's Catastrophe Cannon. We totally did not need that. 1. It's 2. So yeah. Digivolve 2 and produce a Diaboromon token. Which is fine by me, because we can just go right into Machinedramon yet again, and then Chaosmon, and try to kill off the annoying security checker 9000 here. So that's like the big thing I want to do. So I'm going to Digivolve up. 3, rest, draw me a card. Which is awesome. We're getting closer and closer. I can try to get rid of this freaker thing, but we're going to hope for the best. Chaosmon trying to swing again and try to get rid of this Diaboromon. Swing into that Diaboromon. I don't know why he checked 2 security on that one. He just put a Rada back. So he's got a big wall that I don't want to deal with right now. I really don't. I need to kill him. But he's only got 2 cards. His hand is full right now. Legs weak. Mom spaghetti. Let's see if I can get some wins out of this. Like Gutsumon down. Give him 2. He'll go to 3. And then 2 to 4. Double Radas. Flips up the Susukimon. A Diaboromon. Bunch of blockers that I don't need to deal with. But hey, we deal with what we got, right? So we got some decent blocker headway, which will definitely make it a lot easier for us. Swings in with that Diaboromon, which I can live with. That one has restand abilities, so we're just going to hatch. Machinedramon. So these all Diaboromon can really make my day a bad day. Gonna swing for a bunch of checks. I'm gonna block with the Gutsu. Gutsu dies. Rest Izzy Joe. Draw me a card, please. We got Analog Youth, which at this point in the game state, it's not viable. Digivolves into Caramon in the back, where he's done that same one for like 50 times now. Oh boy. Gonna just Digivolve my big boy. So he's gonna de-digivolve my Machinori. Okay. I block. He has both Infirmons. My Machinori would die at that point. Boop, boop. We get Black Memory Reboot, and then we get Ultimate Connection, and that buys us a turn, boys and girls. And then Izzy Joe brings me to 4. Six. Hoping for the best here. Can't win this. I'm already noticing I can't win this, so. But I can stall it. Draw. Thinking about it here, I don't know exactly what I can do to get the win here. I can build up another Machinedramon, but that's still not going to be enough to get rid of these tokens. Because again, the reboot standings is what kills me. I'm hoping for the best here. I can make another big blocker. We're hoping that he just lets these through. Blocks. Bye-bye. Pagu activates, though. Let's hope for the best. We get the one that makes my blockers bigger. Swing in again. Hope for the best. It's the errata. Errata comes in. Play down Machinori. One, two. One, two, three, 4, 5. So even if he de-digivolves this Machinedramon, at least I'll have a chance. Can't get rid of the tokens, so it's like the only downside of the Machinedramon here is that you can't get rid of the tokens very easily. So he goes down to 5, which I'm acceptable with. And he's going to go right up to 8. And then he can easily just cakewalk this. He has so many attacks, I can't stop this. So, swings in. I'm going to block this one because I need to get rid of this thing. It needs to die. Yeah, but at this point, its game state is his. He has way too many attacks. Mechanori can't stop this. So he's swinging in that one. I'm going to block. And then I'm going to rest, draw me a card. It ain't nothing. And then Mechanorimon to block. My Mechie would be dead. In normal circumstances, yes, it would be dead. Swing in, block. Just because we both forgot about the power up, and Mechanorimon will just stop. Kill that. Restand. It's just gonna kill me. Doesn't matter. He's got enough attacks. I realized that I made a misplay. So he's got this game. Game 2 goes to this man right here. Give him credit for it. I'm really impressed. Okay, we are in game 3. Don't mind the shirt change. Different day. A lot of crazy hecticness on recording happens. So let's see what we can do here. My opening hand is not terrible. I got Ultimate Connection, so we're going to go to 1, which is really nice because, hey, especially getting to draw 1 and gets us a card to draw again. Let's go. Digi, draw. And I got an ultimate here. So I could use Reinforce Black Memory Booster, or I could have went the Analog Boy. I think Analog is just a little bit better, so I can choke him out. So it only cost me 1 to go with. Sorry about that. So this is costing me 2 to pretty much add a card to hand. So we're gonna reveal this. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna go get that Machinedramon loaded up, and we got at least a target. We have 2 targets in the drop zone right now. That's really useful and helpful. So let's see what he can do. In response, he flips up to Tsukimon. Let's see. This one is the one with the draw effect when it swings with the unidentified. And then he puts down a Caramon. This one is the one that restands with its resources. He gave us 3 memory to play with. I'm going to promote up. And then I'm going to swing right into that beautiful security. It is the Caramon, the same one on the field, the one that lets you restand if your same Mon is field. And Pagumon whiffs because it's not a Digi. And I'm going to go Reinforce Memory Boost. We're going to reveal top. We only have 1 viable target to grab. Sadly, I wish this milled them. That would have been really nasty. Or bottom deck this. And we got some memory boost to play with. And I'm like, you know what? Let's give him the 4 he wants. And we'll answer his Diaboromon when it comes out. He draws for a turn. Digivolves into the Infirmon, going down to 1. It'll cost him 2. Brings me to 1 if he Digivolves into that Diaboromon. The only thing I don't like is the hit or miss with the thing. So he goes into the Diaboromon that will hurt me the most. Draw. Get another Analog Youth. I could pop the memory booster here and then hope for the best. We're going to go Iron Fist Onslaught, get rid of that Diaboromon out of here. Because that, right now, until he has a token out, that is the highest DP. He Digivolves his Tsurimon into the Caramon, into the Decoy Kusorimon, which is really nice. He has the draw and the Decoy duplicator. So that's not bad. He can redirect most of the damage if I try to pop anything. Then he's got Infirmon here, the one that if I go into a level 5, or level 6 for Digi-Evolution, he gains a memory. Now he's questioning on it. Does he go for it? He goes for that Diaboromon play yet again. Draw. He's doing it in the back row. I'm going to promote up. I'm like, swing into the security stack. I just lost this one, but Pagumon will activate. activation, and it's the Izzy Joe yet again. That's a big whiff-a-rooney. We're gonna bottom deck that bad boy. And I'm like, let's check. I think another analog youth might be in order here, because I could go double analog youth here and then fill my drop with a lot of nice stuff. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna grab Machinedramon and build them up. This is like the ideal hand, is just getting some decent fodder here, and then we're gonna just go like this. I can definitely just take 2 from this and not have to worry about it. I'm gonna add the Chumon for the hatching next turn, and then I bottom deck that. They were not supposed to be bottom deck. That was accidental. So we're gonna flip that real quick. We're gonna flip that. Flip, and then I'm gonna take those 2, put them in the drop. Flip again. There we go. Diaboromon swinging. Duck. We're gonna take that. Security check. We get an Izzy Joe. Security check. We get the black. The ultimate connection. We're gonna draw a card. He's getting upset because ultimate connection just keeps messing with him. Draw. Gonna hatch. We're gonna get into Chumon here. Draw me a card. We get another Izzy Joe, which we can definitely work with. But next time when my Digimon, if I set up for this to die, we should be pretty decently okay. I'm gonna slam down Izzy Joe yet again, so if he builds a wide board, I should be pretty okay. He flips up the Tsurimon, Digivolves into Toy Agu. I'm just checking my drop zone real quick. Let's see, we got plenty of targets actually for this turn, so I can't wait to smack him around with a Machinedramon that comes out. So what I can do is draw a bunch of cards. I'm not going to gain a bunch of memory, but I'm going to draw a bunch of cards if I decide to block here. I do. Rest 1, rest 2, draw 1, draw 2. Blocked it, and the analog use do not activate. Was on a level 5. Not a level 5. Has to be a level 5, sadly. I wish it was any level. That would be an amazing little card here. But it would also be probably like a $200 card. That card would be ridiculously strong. And he's going for the slam down of Diaboromon, which would bring me to 10 anyway. He wants a blocker up so that I can't get rid of his Diaboromon, but that's fine. We're just gonna kill this one anyway. I'm gonna promote this one. So what I can do is just go straight into Machinedramon here, gain a bunch of memory, and double Machinedramon his rear. But I can also get rid of some threats on board state with an Iron Fist Onslaught. My hand's actually looking pretty clean. This is a pretty good setup here. It's like I can't do anything with the Machinedramon just yet. I need a couple extra turns, but we're gonna go Machinedramon anyway. So we're gonna look in. I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna grab the one that gives me extra power on my turn. I'm gonna grab the minus DP one. I'm gonna grab the one that gives me reboot, so when I swing into it, it'll be better off. And then we're gonna go right into the blocker and the one that gives me an extra power here. So we're gonna keep the blocker on the bottom so that if he removes any of my threats, blocker, power, draw. Can't do anything. I can't swing into it, sadly, because I just played him. I'm like, do I get rid of the blocker now, or do I just keep banking on a couple turns here? Like, I can choke him for one. We're gonna go swing in with the Chumon. Hopefully it kills. Yep, dies. Pagu activates. Real top, we get Gutsu. So we could definitely give him 3. And we'll have at least a decent amount of blockage. But we're gonna go for the memory choke of 1. At least his Digimon won't kill me, which is good. He can get 3 checks in if he wanted to. That is a Toy Agu on board state. That Machinedramon has Unga Bunga numbers. It is de-digivolving me by 2, which is fine because he's big enough to block on his own accord. So, really nice. I can't Iron Fist Onslaught this board at all, but he's got at least a blocker, so I'll go to a big 7. We're gonna draw here, boys, and that's not terrible. We're gonna hatch. I'm gonna Digivolve to dig a little deeper. We get another Machinedramon. Yes, we did. So now I can go into Machinedramon here. It might not be a crazy big stack, but it's big enough to cause some issues. We got some power behind us, the B13, and then we got blocking for another extra. But we got blocker here, which is really nice. So this stack is pretty set up right now. So I'm going to go into Machinedramon to draw me another card. Get Chichurymon, which is not terrible. We're going to swing in to his beautiful security. Would be probably the best bet here. We don't have reboot, but I can go after. He's going to block, which means 1 less token. I minus 2000 DP on the Toy Agu. Toy Agu is bye-bye. Then I'm like, this might be a good time to get rid of 2 more Diaboromons. We're going to go right into the Chaosmon. Chaosmon will draw me a card and then swing into the Diaboromon. That's going to cause me the most issues. He's going to block this because he needs to keep that Diaboromon on board, and that's a security check. That's a 1 security check, boy. And then minus 2000 DP on that thing because why not? Minus 2000 DP did not matter, but yeah, we're pretty set here. He flips up to Tsukimon. We're pretty set. I gotta say, I'm quite content with how this match is coming. This game 3 is more in my favor than it is his. He doesn't have a errata out, which has been saving me. He plays the Caramon that allows him to search for the errata and a unidentified, usually Diaboromon, or what he's missing for a piece. I'm like double checking what else I can do here. This is verifying my powers and stuff like that. He can't swing into this one without dying. It's too big. He slams down that Diaboromon yet again for blocker potential, which is okay by me. Get another Analog Youth. Our board state is pretty decent here. I mean, he's only got the blocker out. Iron Fist Onslaught 11, get rid of that blocker so that I don't have to worry about blockage, and we could just win it right here. And now swing into that security stack, and boom, we get the win, boys and girls. That's how you do it here in my house. So guys, what did you think of this video? Let me know down in the comments. It really does matter. I hopefully showed off a lot of good gameplay, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.